freak the funk out.
Say what?
Freak the funk out, freak the funk out.
All right, yeah. Welcome to another conversation for Speech Freak Radio. Today with us we have Mr. Glen Fitzjohn and Ms.
Shirley
Ryder, who also does her own interview series if you want to check it out. What's that?
Shirley Ryder Show.
Shirley Ryder Show, cool. And she also interviewed Emily, who's been on the show
Cool.
previously. Yeah, man, so what have you been up to?
So Shirley and I have got a new band together, and yeah, we're on our second recording now, second song, and it's sounding great. We're doing it at Soundtree Studios, and it really is sounding good, and it's fun, and so obviously previously I was in Storm Eater and Jim Jones and the People's Temple, who obviously you were a guest appearance.
Yeah. I was a featured artist.
Yeah. And so now that's my project at the moment, and well, not my project, it's our project.
Yeah.
Because I hate it when people say that, like my band or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's our project at the moment, and we're making good, productive progress. You know what I mean? And it's
Cool.
good. It's good as you become get further through music, how you can become more productive, with your...
Yeah, because so like, did you take like a musical hiatus between Jim Jones and the new band, or?
Yeah, from Public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess like you were still writing.
I just wrote the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wrote hundreds of songs, and just experimenting and
Oh, cool.
trying different things, and like David Bowie's Black Star for me, that album is just like absolutely amazing. So it's a huge influence.
Yeah.
On what I write.
Yeah, and like I'm not as into like Bowie as you are. I heard a few songs here and there, but I heard the Black Star, like the full album, right? Because like I'm a hip hop head, and like he gave big props to like Kendrick Lamar and a bunch of like the hip hop artists.
Yeah, he did. He gave Kendrick Lamar creds. So did Lou Reed. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just messages. It's fine.
And so Lou Reed gave Kendrick Lamar creds to us, and even there was someone else. I'm trying to think of something. Oh, like Lord,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like David Bowie and Lord creds. That was pretty random. I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting, because he always, as an artist, like just the few like interviews I've watched, he kept up with the contemporary shit.
Oh, that's what he always did. That's why he changed his personas all the time, to fit in with what was happening at the time. Like he's always up to date, right to the end.
Yeah. What do you think of that in terms of like changing musical personas? Because he kind of set the trend of that. Now a lot of pop stars like do that with like every album. There'll be like new hair, new kind of look, and like Lady Gaga does it, like
Pink.
Yeah.
Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna.
Yeah.
I totally think that he paved the way for that.
Yeah.
And he took it to the next level though. He went super far with it. Where he became those characters.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Black Star, I was this is kind of switching subjects a little bit, but not really. I recently watched like a bunch of conspiracy videos, like I always do, breaking down like occult messaging.
Cool.
Oh yeah. There's heaps of it
in music.
Yeah,
and like a bunch of like tracks on there. If you play them backwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's phrases of him prophesizing his own death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The message is there. Anyway,
Yeah. Because like this was a very like interesting thing, and then like I started doing it with our songs for Trip to Funk and a bunch of other songs. So I just like because they reckon that if you play anything backwards, right, like even normal speech, then like there'll be parts of your subconscious which or like your like subconscious speaking if you like play it backwards,
and you don't even know.
and that's why it's all in like riddles and metaphors.
It's interesting because I've got a song. I did a visual concept album, and it was actually a dedication to David Bowie. That's what inspired my whole album. But when actually 3 of the songs have got backward messages on them, but one of them, every single line is backwards, has a message going backwards, and and I channeled the whole album, and it's like it says stuff about Lucifer and Satan's. It's really freaky.
And this was not intentional.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, it's freaky when you hear it. Like
Yeah.
it's clear as day.
That's absolutely every line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like wow.
That's like that's totally weird, but again, like Bowie was heavily influenced by it.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
those
he,
kind of
and he was
albums
big into
and
his
hip hop.
books, eh? Like,
Yeah.
when he went on tour, he even took, like when he did the land tour around America sort of thing, he'd take a bus that had books in it. So someone would have a bus full of books. So because that's how big his library was, and he always wanted to be educated about everything and know, you know. So he studied everything, eh? And he actually wanted to be a Buddhist monk, eh?
Oh, did it?
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know, and he almost quit music.
Wow.
This is after Ziggy Stardust, not too long after. Well, it might have been after Young Americans sort of era, and and he totally thought about quitting music and becoming a monk. And,
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, he studied all those every religion pretty much. Yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously his wife Iman is Muslim, and
I didn't know that.
So I didn't know that.
yeah, she's a Muslim, and he considers himself more of a Christian, but not a Christian, but more of
That kind of faith.
that kind of but
Yeah.
so it's hard to explain. But
Yeah.
anyway.
I mean, like, Islam is like basically like the last of like the same kind of monotheistic religions, you know. It's like in the same line, and they have like Christ and Mary and those as like characters in the Quran and shit as well.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Christ is in the Quran, and and Muslims do still hold Christ up as a holy man,
Yeah.
as a prophet. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realise that though.
Yeah, no. A lot of people don't, and like a lot of people don't, you know, actually look into the religion. They just kind of believe like that's why I think that the and like this is even true in like Hinduism, because we have a lot of this, and it totally muddies up the message when you have gurus and like sadhus and swamis that kind of like interpret the text and like tell you like what they're about and stuff instead of the person actually doing that themselves. you know? Yeah, because like in the Hindu tradition it's all like, which is polytheistic, like which is more of my beat, because multiple gods and goddesses just makes more sense to me, probably because I like
It does make
like,
sense.
but yeah, man, like same stuff like in like the Hindu equivalent of Christ is Krishna, as like totally not the same story, but the same kind of figure, you know, and the archetype. Yeah, man, interesting shit.
Yeah, I know, it is interesting shit.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, and like before they had movies and TV shows and video games, like if you like read that stuff, that's like fucking epic, crazy shit. You know? Yeah. So that would
Yeah,
be
people
substitute
are
for it.
so like sidelined, and their imaginations are so obsessed with what the people think on social media and blah blah blah, you know. But like far out, you read those old books and it's just like wow. Like the Book of Enoch, for instance, you know, that was a book
which was taken out of the Bible.
Yeah, they took it out.
Yeah,
they took it out, and he was Noah's granddad or something.
Yeah,
Like that,
yeah.
and it's just like they took it out because it had evidence of alien
archons
species.
and shit.
Yeah. What they call them? What's their name?
Like Nicholas and stuff.
Oh yeah, the Nephilim.
And the
Not the Anunnaki.
were they not in the?
Is that who you're thinking of?
Yeah, I was thinking of them.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Like, I don't think I've read like all of the Book of Enoch, but yeah, it just had crazy shit in it.
Yeah, I know. It was just like next level. Like what?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. Like that's why it's like interesting how from what actually might have taken place in that time or those events to what came to us as the Bible and the stories that are in there is like massive discrepancy there. Not to mention like linguistically, language-wise, you know, because like when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, they were like written on sheepskin and shit.
Yeah,
And like, it was like and it was like the oldest version of Bible stories that they found, and it's like, what the fuck was this written?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah. That's freaky. Yeah, and it's interesting because like I can't remember what other book it was brought up in the Bible, but they talk about chariots of fire and all that sort of stuff. And but the Book of Enoch talks about the chariots of fire as well. And you could imagine, like, if you lived however many thousands of years ago that was, or millions of years ago, who knows how long, that if you saw a spaceship, it would be like a chariot of fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends how
What do you think of that?
Yeah,
What do you think of,
I totally think it was look at the Egyptian pyramids and stuff, you know what I mean? It's,
which is still a massive fucking mystery till this
no
day.
one can explain it.
Yeah.
How it was built and how it's been built in a way that it is synchronized with the energy of the earth and what's the star system that it's like perfectly in line with?
aligned with? I forget the name, but it's crazy shit, eh?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like there must have been an ancient culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a fan of Graham Hancock?
I haven't heard of it.
So he wrote this book ages ago called The Fingerprints of the Gods. And that got him into a lot of shit with the historian community. And especially the Egyptologist.
He got done for something, eh? Did that number one Egyptologist dude?
Yeah.
He faked something or did something.
Yeah. Well, like there was a lot of things, and then he came on recently. Recently, as in like in the past 2 or 3 years, on Rogan, and he had a fucking geologist with him, which like explained the Sphinx water erosion hypothesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but
yes, I reckon it was.
Yeah.
The Nile ran through there.
But
Something
if you
like
read the Fingerprints of the Gods, like he goes into how there's that, and then there's Göbekli Tepe, which is like this. It's in Malaysia or like one of those Southeast Asian countries. It's this massive underwater structure, which is like insanely like architecturally complicated. You know, and then there's that, and then they keep on finding older shit that keeps on like pushing our timeline further and further. You know, and like in that book, he also like talked about when they first made like maps of like Antarctica. It's fucking massive, and like it was like forests in there and shit.
Yeah,
and,
there
like,
would have been.
Yeah.
Far out, eh?
Yeah.
Imagine-
It really makes you question.
Oh yeah, and like imagine what's under that ice in Antarctica too, because and a lot of like the corporates are like, oh yeah, you know, there's minerals and gold and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So they're all like,
all right, so this gets into something interesting. As you know, or may not know, I fucking love conspiracy theories. Fucking all of them.
I thought they were conspiracy facts.
Well, that too. But
We
you
like
know,
conspiracy.
but you know, like it's like aliens, UFOs, JFK, like what the CIA did, and
Yeah, all of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I looked into flat Earth
Yeah.
because I was like, why is this like all of a sudden a thing now? Like, why is Netflix fucking debunking it? You know? And one of their most appealing arguments is Antarctica and the North Pole. Because military has bases there. The Nazis had bases
The
there.
Nazis were obsessed with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
and
true.
then Admiral Richard Byrd. Have you heard of him? He got actually sent on a voyage there and wrote in his journal about meeting beings and like like the civilization that exists there, right? So that is like other than the fact that it fucking stimulates the imagination, like those arguments of like flat Earth, I was like, yeah, what the fuck is going on in Antarctica?
It makes you question.
Yeah.
And you have, and any critical thinker should always question everything.
Yeah.
If you don't question things, you're a fool. That's how I view it. But yeah, some people just live their life without questioning anyone.
And there was Buzz Aldrin too, eh?
Oh
Did you hear
yeah.
about that?
Recently,
Oh, a couple of years ago. He was over in Antarctica and he got water on the lungs somehow and was flown to Christchurch Hospital and was treated by Dr. David Bowie.
what?
Yeah,
Really?
true. It's, you look it
Yeah.
up on the internet, it's true. It's like, even the normal media.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Apparently, it wasn't David Bowie. But
No, obviously, 'cause
his
he's
name was David Bowie.
Dr.
Yeah.
David Bowie.
It's like
Yeah.
what?
Yo, that has to be some Illuminati shit, eh?
Yeah, it's like
How's
that's
that?
next level.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Freemason shit or something.
Antarctica, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But like even Buzz Aldrin, like he was in some press conference and they like gifted the prime minister of some European nation a moon rock, a rock from the moon. They did analysis on it, and it's like obviously from this planet. You know, so it's just, yeah. So that kind of goes into the whole moon thing,
Yeah.
which is,
Yeah, because that's a wild, the moon thing.
yeah.
There's so much, like, it's so fucking.
The main thing is the press conference that they gave after. That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I watched it too, yes. It is.
It's just like, it's like they like almost like saw a ghost or are being threatened, like are being held at gunpoint, you know?
They're in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange, very strange.
Oh, man, no.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that stuff is like is like Kingsley wasn't really into like any of this shit,
Oh, yeah.
and then like during COVID,
And you converted him.
yeah, during COVID, I was fucking like sending him like anomalies and like shit to do with the Gates Foundation and stuff, and, and then so he got into like the whole thing, you know, and so we used it as content for the next album that's coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But do you reckon Bill Gates is shitting himself right now?
Is shitting himself?
Yeah, because people are figuring out what's happening.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that a journalism review thing came out in like Columbia Journal that basically said that the Gates Foundation paid off Time Magazine, MSNBC, all
Of course.
that.
And
Yeah.
WHO.
Well, yeah.
All that,
Yeah, and then like when he was like doing all the media appearances and shit, all the comments were just like, "Fuck you, we're not taking your mark of the beast." Like,
yeah.
it's like all this stuff. Even on his Instagram page, he had to turn off his comments, and then like it's like, you know,
I bet.
yeah, and then fucking articles come out. It's like Bill Gates, the target of alt-right conspiracy theorists, and like all this shit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually more far left.
Yeah,
Even I can see through it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. But that's how they attack it, you know?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
interesting that the COVID vaccine is actually patented to Microsoft, and it has got the number 6666 on it as the patent number.
Yeah,
That is quite coincidental.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Dude, there's so much weird shit with Bill Gates.
Oh man, he's creepy.
Yeah,
Gives me the absolute creeps.
Yeah.
Who was that? Shane was saying that his dad was under depopulation too. We have to look
Yeah.
into that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh,
actually
yeah,
research
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so like his father was part of the original eugenics movement that
Yeah.
took place in the
We'll
early
have to look
20th
into it. I've
century.
looked into
Yeah,
it.
I've
Yeah,
studied
yeah,
it yet either, but yeah.
Yeah, and like work with the Rockefeller Foundation and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Along with the lady who started Planned Parenthood in the States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was part of the original eugenics
Ooh,
program.
so that's part of depopulation as well.
And so if you read like the writings, the actual writings of like Margaret Sanger's, it's fucking racist as fuck. It's like
Really?
yeah, it's like basically wants to kill black babies.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy shit.
Is there evidence of that?
Yeah, you can find her own writings online. You know, from this from the archive. There's like an archive of like all this shit.
Far out.
Yeah, so when fucking Kanye West fucking goes on and says like Planned Parenthood is the devil, I was like,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Some of those things that Kanye says, he's totally onto it.
yeah,
Just like some of the things that Trump says, like he knows what he's talking about with that one.
yeah,
You know, like most of it's shit. But,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he says the odd thing that's like, oh yeah, man.
yeah.
Did you
I
see
agree.
the thing with Joel Epstein not Epstein, Joel Osteen, sorry, that big televangelist guy.
Evangelist,
You know what happened?
Oh, him and Kanye West are supposed to be staging this thing about walking on water. That was in the
Oh, really?
So that was a bit dodge.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Because I'd like to think that Kanye was legit,
Oh,
but I wonder if he is.
well, he's fucking married to the Witch of the West. So
Yeah.
I'd still like to
don't
think he
really-
is, but
I
yeah.
don't really know how.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah. But the thing is that
but some of what he says is true.
yeah,
Like what you're saying, yeah.
yeah, and
Things
then
like that. When he
yeah,
says things like that, it's like, whoa, and it gets you thinking.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
exactly.
Then, and then you can
I
look
think-
into it and you do your own research and figure it out.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's a high level fucking magician.
Oh.
Because if you look at his like appearance on TMZ, where he had like a 40-minute rant and like he was just going like against like everything, he has been doing those every time his album or like his like music is like about to come out. He'll just like go out and say it's like, I am Walt Disney in the flesh, like just like on the news, and like he'll just make the news cycle go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I'm just like, he fucking has to know what he's doing,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because he met with
He must think. He would think it's hilarious.
Have you seen the movie Holy Mountain?
No.
With dude, that's a fucking like smoke a J and watch that shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so it's the Chilean filmmaker Alejandro Jodorowsky, who is a cult filmmaker. He like only made like 4 or 5 movies. Holy Mountain is one of them, and which is filled with like occult symbology. It's like all this stuff. Kanye West actually went and met him.
Oh, real.
Yeah, so like I'm just, it's just like he fucking knows what he's doing.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I still find it like entertaining because he just like he basically fucks up culture every time he goes public.
And he pisses people off. And
Yeah,
it's fun.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I find it
yeah.
entertaining. It's just like Trump.
Yeah.
I find Trump so entertaining. I can't stand.
so
I can't stand the
entertaining.
prick. I fucking hate him, but I find
Yeah.
him entertaining. You know.
Yeah,
It's just like,
yeah.
oh, what's Trump doing today?
Yeah.
He literally does.
Yeah. And then it's like when I was like, all right, this guy is fucking hilarious. Is when he was when he was in the original Republican debates and like he was just calling people like this guy can't think and this guy's a loser. And it's like I'm just like what the fuck, like he's just saying shit.
But it's actually true. Though.
I know.
Most of the stuff he was saying was
Yeah.
true. That's the random part.
Yeah.
And what he was saying to Hillary Clinton was true.
Yeah,
She's
and
an
it still
evil
is.
woman, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's dangerous, man.
Oh, I don't
Those
like her.
Clintons are dangerous, and
Yeah,
like,
she's a witch.
yeah, man. It's, when it all comes out in the end, you know.
What's that thing we called the Kabbalah or something? No,
The Cabal,
Cabal. It's like yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you
yeah.
see that with all the you know
Oh,
the Clintons and all
is
the
that-
Pizzagate and all
Is
that?
that like 10-part
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, what did you think of that? I didn't really like the end too very much, but I liked the rest of it.
Well,
Most
the
of
thing
it.
is that this is why I don't know what Trump is.
Oh, I'm not saying that I believe
'Cause-
that Trump is behind. I don't know.
No. But the thing
Yeah.
is that like what he represents is like not business as usual. So I think, and this goes to the fall of the cabal thing, because like if you are to get to the highest levels, you have to be backed by one of the secret societies.
Yeah, you
that's,
are.
well, that's the whole thing, the secret society.
Yeah.
And you
and
see
that's where
Trump
the
going like this all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just one of the.
and that's where the pedophilia and stuff comes into it.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Or fucking animals, or drinking blood, or
The
baking.
satanic
Yeah,
rituals.
and the occult
yeah.
stuff comes into it.
Yeah.
Because when someone has evidence on you, you don't ever want to be exposed, do you? Because you've
Yeah.
committed like an atrocity that society would find
Beyond just
disgusting.
fucking disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
And so they're caught in the trap of that secret society,
Yeah.
and then that's how they rise, through the ranks, you know.
Yeah. And
That's freaky.
yeah. And so I think what's happening is that I don't think this is me completely speculating just from what we see on the surface, which is only a part of what's actually going on.
Oh,
I don't think Trump is part of the same secret society that was in power before.
No.
I think there is a
There must be a different
I think
one.
there's a different
Hmm.
secret society behind what is going on. Not just with him, but the whole kind of like movement that's kind of going on, you know?
Oh,
In
yeah.
terms of-
And when you look at like you're talking about that 2016 election in America, when Trump and Hillary were debating and stuff, some of the stuff he said about Hillary were nasty, man.
yeah.
Like next level nasty, and yeah, so I was thinking the same thing then. I was just like, wow, you know, like
Yeah.
that's crazy, because they used to golf together, and
Yeah,
go on
yeah.
holidays together and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So why are they now on two different sides? There's something more than we know.
Well, yeah, obviously. So, like, I think there's some kind of shadow war going on between different secret societies, and like, you know, which happens from time to time. But yeah, so I think what we're seeing on the surface is like all the chaos and all the upheaval and rest. I still don't know what the fuck is going on with COVID.
That's
yeah,
next
that's an
level.
interesting one.
Yeah. I
That
still
is an
don't.
interesting one.
Yeah, because like for something like this to happen on a global scale, some serious shit has to be going on behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Seriously, like I was at, I won't say who I was with, but I was in the cancer ward the other day and seeing all these cancer patients, and I was just like, this is worse than COVID.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Well, the death rates and like all that stuff is well, one, they've been inflated, as it was recently released by the CDC that only 6% died from
Yeah.
COVID. The rest had other things.
Exactly.
You know.
Trying to convince your average Joe that doesn't do any investigation into it
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
is a bit hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, Kingsley recently posted a thing like on his Facebook, and he just got fucking attacked.
Oh, you
Oh,
do?
you do.
Oh,
Like-
fuck yeah.
Like all
yeah.
his friends and like I was like, this is interesting.
That's
Yeah.
right, we wrote this, well, actually me and a friend of mine wrote this song, Conspiracy Theorist, but we did it, and that's basically what it's about, eh?
Yeah.
Knock on me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Fuck off.
yeah, yeah, because that's what.
If you're going to be that stupid.
Well, everyone's
Yeah.
entitled to their opinion, you know?
Yeah,
Whether you want to believe the narrative or you don't want to believe the narrative, I don't care, but
Yeah,
we should be allowed to say what we think, even if we are stupid,
yeah,
and
yeah.
not be attacked personally
Yeah.
for it, you know?
And that's why I
That's
think,
horrible, eh?
But I think that's why it's part of the contingency plan of
hate speech.
of like hate speech, conspiracy theorists. Because even YouTube, man, I was able to just search up shit on YouTube and just find videos of like Pizzagate, Epstein, JFK, like all this stuff. Now, if you like look it up, it's all mainstream news all the way down. So like, unless you know whose videos
to go to,
you wouldn't find shit. So, so like, that has been like deliberate. It's like, oh, like we want to fight misinformation. We want to fight trolls and
like David Icke's had to. His channel got shut down, so he's had to put his videos through London Real. And channels like that. And that man in the chair, the old man in the chair.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he's pretty cool. I don't agree with everything, but he says.
I pretty much do.
But he's cool, and he's quite cute old man.
He's lovely.
And he's got moved to a new channel called Brand YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a whole new channel that started up, and they don't have any ads and no, what do you call it? Control.
Yeah.
So nothing gets deleted.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. And so because YouTube used to be like that. And it's just,
used to be like that, eh?
Yeah. All of a sudden we've moved into this world.
Well, because in 2016, it's like the internet was actually going crazy with like all this Hillary stuff and like Pizzagate and like all this shit, WikiLeaks. That's why they're fucking up Julian Assange right now.
Oh yeah, that's next level.
It was because like the internet helped like put out all this real shit. So now we need to like, it's like conspiracy, hate speech, blah blah blah. So like, so now all of those voices that would have like influence people's vote are kind of suppressed. Some are outright deleted.
Oh, I've had things deleted, not things that I put up, but just other people's things that I put on my page, like things like false on Facebook, like false fact checker, false information. And it's like, well, how do you know? Where did you go to check it? You know, but you're not allowed to say that.
Well, no, like they say it's like, it's like this information is false by independent fact checkers. It's like, well, it's like if you look at who they are, it's not really that independent.
No, it's not independent.
Not really.
Because why would they care?
Yeah,
that's my
like,
question.
You know, Jimmy Doran, the leftist YouTuber, the guy with the glasses. He used to be a part of Young Turks, but but he left and like started his like own show.
Oh, I do like the Young Turks. They're good. Yeah.
And so he's like, you know, super lefty, and they like actually like Politico or like PolitiFact, which is one of the fact checking like organizations. He did a story which obviously proved that the Syrian gas attack was bullshit, right? And they did a thing like debunking him. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? The OPCW, like the organization that checks for like chemical weapons, actually came out and said that this wasn't a fucking use of chemical weapons. But they still like censored it, you know, because like Jimmy Dore has a relatively decent following, you know? And so he's just like debunking all this fucking shit ton of articles that came out and like all this stuff. Yeah, but that shit, like, but because of the internet and like platforms like this, people are debunking shit in real time, you know, and they can't have that. Like the grand narrative is like falling apart.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, it's freedom of speech being eroded.
Yeah,
that's the worst thing.
It's crazy.
I think that's the thing that I care about the most is we're losing our freedom of speech. Yeah, and I don't care what people have to say. We should all have say what you want. Call me a lunatic. I don't care, but it's like, you know, you should have the right to say that.
Yeah.
And I should have the right to say it back.
And like.
But wouldn't you rather know who your enemy is? Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like say like this right wing fucking skinhead radicals, racist motherfuckers. You want to know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you can track them.
Yeah.
So, but why?
Yeah. And if you had the chance, like back in 2017, 18ish, when like YouTube wasn't completely shit, I actually watched videos of Richard Spencer, who is the main alt-right guy in the US, actually like debate lefties and like and some moderate conservatives and shit like that. And the entire ideology just falls apart just like that. You know?
Yeah.
But in order for that to happen, like we have to let them speak. You know?
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, even like how that, like, even go as far, like maybe people won't agree with me, but I'd go as far as saying that Christchurch shooter, for instance,
Yeah.
we should hear what he has to say, because that's how you know your enemy. This is what that Rage Against the Machine song was about, eh?
Yeah.
Know your enemy. And how are you going to know your enemy if they're silenced?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like
It's stupid.
Christchurch is an extreme example, because
It's definitely extreme.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I think there were definitely some strings being pulled behind the scenes.
Oh, I must have been.
I didn't watch it, but yeah.
Just because in his manifesto he like made a bunch of internet references and like reference YouTube videos and like shit like that. And,
Trying to get people into
and like
hate
and like 8chan, which is where the it's like filled with like a bunch of trolls, but it's also like they break conspiracy shit down, right? Yeah, and then like after that, like manifesto came out and like all this shit, the next day the site was just shut down.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's like hundreds of thousands of users all over the world that like used it for like, you know, other shit, not just that. You could share it's like images, photography, science fiction, all that stuff, just gone just like that.
Did you watch Sidecast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, though. But I was just
Yeah,
thinking, like,
ages
9/11 was actually the beginning of me for mistrusting the government.
Oh, I think it was for most people, eh?
Yeah.
Like, as
That was
soon as,
me. Yeah.
as soon as I fucking saw that on TV, I was just like, nah, that's an inside job. That's
Yeah.
I didn't think it then, but I thought it later on.
well, they've got like all these army bases around New York, you know, that can and when you're like 10,000 miles or some shit out of New York, you've
Yeah.
got to radio in,
Yeah.
say you're coming in, and if you don't, you get blown out of the sky
Yeah.
above the
Yeah.
sea. Like that's just nah.
Yeah, and then
You know, the cameras getting
Yeah,
turned
and-
off at the Pentagon,
yeah.
and then that hole in the Pentagon, and where's the wings
Oh,
of
I've
the
gone
plane?
forever.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah,
Oh, it's just-
yeah.
it's-
And then fucking Donald Rumsfeld 3 days before, it's like
Yeah,
was-
trillions of dollars
you-
in debt.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Like I was like, yo, there's trillions of
Trillions of
dollars that we
dollars,
can't account for.
Yeah,
That could have gone into the FEMA camps, eh?
And
That's
then,
another theory.
yeah. Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
Well, yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like they just give the military trillions of dollars
fuck.
all over the world.
It's over
What
50% of their budget.
It's
eh?
not, yeah, so what is
60%
what
of
is
the
it
budget.
going to? It's like going to this fucking shadow shit, like,
Yeah.
you know?
It is. It's going to the shadow shit. That's
Black
good.
Ops.
That's a good way of saying it. It's going to the shadow shit.
Yeah.
That is
Because
true.
there's so many Black Ops and shit that are going on that we don't even, like, you know, and like, a lot of people in the military don't even know about.
No, that's what I mean.
You know?
Like, I even like, you know, I hate it when people rip into Jacinda, because I think she's actually a good woman, a good-hearted woman. I just don't think that she is privy to what's happening.
Or I think she is privy to what she needs to be privy to.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
tiny little
Yeah,
bit of it. Maybe.
yeah. Because I think she still plays a role in what's the shadow war that's going on. You know, it's just that
She must do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what the whole puppet thing, eh?
Yeah, has to. Like,
Need to know basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like otherwise you don't get to that position.
No.
No, exactly.
Yeah, and so I find it like interesting that like New Zealand has been not the center of, but like a lot of like a bunch of the elites have like a whole bunch of property here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
yeah! Like
Oh, wow.
in Queenstown and stuff, they've got like
Yeah.
airstrips and bunkers,
Yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
yeah.
And it's proven. It's,
yeah,
it's
and-
not just a,
No,
that's not a conspiracy
exactly.
at all. It's a fact.
Yeah, and then like there was a thing where fucking Ghislaine Maxwell's yacht.
Yeah.
Oh,
was
yeah,
in
that,
Auckland
yeah.
Harbour.
Well, yeah. That's
No, there was
right.
two of them too.
Yeah,
So, yeah, and there was kids' clothing.
Yeah.
that they discovered.
Yeah,
I'm not
so-
sure if that was on the yacht or by the yacht, or was it on the?
I don't know, but
yeah.
the fact that like it was even here, it just goes to show like
Because
Why?
apparently there were cops swarming.
Why?
there was like I don't know, like that's why I think New Zealand is still a part of it.
It must
We're
be.
just not a big part of it.
And we're oblivious to it. Like we have no
Oh,
idea what's
yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
Like we're like
yeah.
because this is all new information for Kiwis.
Well, I mean, yeah, for like those that haven't been into this shit, you know,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a while.
They've heard about what's happening in the States and stuff.
Yeah,
But it's crazy. And I think it's all true too. And I think hopefully they can get Gailey Maxwell to talk. It'd be really good.
dude, I don't know, man.
I think they should put
don't
her.
know.
I think they should put her in Guantanamo and torture her until they get all the
Yeah, but
information.
the thing is, I think
'Cause-
she was higher than Epstein.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Definitely, that's what I mean.
What
With
strings?
the royal connections.
What
and-
strings is she pulling?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Freaky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
That
mental.
whole saga is just nuts.
Yeah, and how they had that like ping pong lounge or something in Washington.
Oh,
And
the pizza place.
yeah.
Ping pong pizza,
That
yeah.
was
Yeah, ping pong
great.
pizza or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
And yeah.
what the fuck? And even Obama went there and shit. It's just like,
Oh,
Yeah.
those emails, that and talking
Yeah.
about the different
Like.
types of pizzas meaning different things.
Yeah,
the Podesta files. Yeah.
And then there's the email. It's like, oh, like Obama's gonna bring $60,000 worth of hot dog at 3
Yeah, that
a.m.
was
in
the
the
one.
morning.
Yeah.
Like what?
Is that 60,000 kids?
What
And
would you
then
work?
s-
And
and-
Hillary's saying, I think we should do this somewhere more,
Yeah.
more like less conspicuous. Why would you worry
Yeah.
about eating hot dogs less in a less conspicuous place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't
no.
make any sense, and
That's freaky.
the fact that like every time like you try to bring up, he's like, oh, that's been debunked. It's like no, it hasn't. The
Hasn't
guy,
even been looked at.
the guy that shot up the pizza place, which you know kind of like led to the first wave of them like demonizing conspiracy theorists, especially Alex Jones.
Oh, he's a nut. Right, and how he's a
Yeah,
nut.
but also one of the most entertaining people on the planet.
Oh, just like Donald Trump.
Yeah. But the thing is that the guy that shot up the place, his dad works for the FBI. He got and like the only thing that got fucking shot up was the fucking computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's walked in and shot the computer.
So like that doesn't even make any fucking sense.
Unless they want to try and hide something.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. And then the lawyer that represented him is like also like a CIA lawyer or some shit. So it's all just fucking like crazy weird shadow play.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, that like we're just being told, oh, that's been debunked. It's like, oh, it's like that, like it's like that's done, you know. And it's like, no, man, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Explain it, please.
Well, the thing is that people, I don't know if people realise or not, but you know, like the whole media is controlled by. I think it was like because it was on that Kabbalah thing, wasn't it? About,
Yeah, it's 5
was
or
it on that
6
one? About 3 different
people.
families, I think. I think it
Yeah,
was like
and-
the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and
Oh,
I might be getting old up
Well,
with banks, but they are as
yeah.
well. I know that they're all controlled by the same,
Council of Foreign Relations and shit like that, and
and the
also,
banks too, by 3
and
people, basically.
Operation Mockingbird.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, which is not a theory.
No.
You can still watch hearings from the church committee in the 70s that get asked. It's like, Mr. Dulles, how many offices do you have operating within the American media? And he's like, 400. And then he's like, how much? It's like, how many in the television media? And he's like, Mr. Speaker, I don't think we should have this conversation at this moment.
Oh.
You know, and so
It's secret society stuff.
and that was in the 70s. They had 400 operators. How many is there now? How many is there like all around the world? Because obviously the intelligence agencies are connected through Five Eyes.
Yeah, that Five Eyes
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, don't even start me on
They're
that.
all it's all top down. You know, it's all top down, and
Totally.
yeah, and then like that's why if you read some major stories that all major outlets would cover throughout the world, they would have certain key phrases and words and like things like that that always use in every article. Doesn't matter what outlet it is in. That's,
Freaky, yeah.
yeah, that's crazy.
And that's why you get people like passionate people like Bernie Sanders and stuff.
Yeah.
They say revolution always starts from the bottom up,
Yeah,
never from the top down.
yeah,
Because the people at the top don't give a fuck about you at the bottom. You're just what do you call it? What do they call the fish? Bottom
bottom feeders.
bottom feeders. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even think of us as human.
No,
We're just
they
slaves.
don't. They don't. Yeah, exactly. And that's what leads to this kind of psychopathy that you would need to even even like become a billionaire or a
Oh yeah.
or like one of those you need to have something that's missing in your soul for
Yeah,
that shit,
totally.
you know?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know if this is completely true, but I was reading an article today that said that spoke about how many more $1 million or $1 billion or whatever Elon Musk made through the lockdown.
Yeah.
And but people couldn't get paid their full wage and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
it's like-
but I don't know if that's true. But so don't quote me on
Yeah,
that. But
yeah. Well, it's not just him; it's a bunch of those
Oh yeah,
billionaires
yeah.
that made banks.
So they're
during
still
the-
making money.
during the
Everyone else is
lockdown.
fucking like losing their houses.
Yeah,
And have you seen how people are getting evicted and stuff?
yeah.
And the police actually have to. And we
Used
watched
to.
a documentary about it today, and
Yeah.
this cop, he was like, the sheriff of the
Yeah.
town or whatever, and he had to evict all these people, and he was like, this is horrible, I hate every second of this, but I've got judge's orders. And he said, I've got 200 of them. And he had 200 eviction orders, you know?
That's nuts.
And
man.
so that's his full-time job now. He's got to go and evict all these people from the town, like with their kids and stuff.
yeah,
And they don't even have cars, so they can't even take like their
yeah.
belongings. It's weird, man. It's so
Weird.
corrupt. And anything,
Weird things going on.
anything that happens in the States always ends up going through the West.
Yeah, that's
it
why.
starts in the States.
That's why I say that like we have to watch what's going on in the U.S. U.S. is the cultural hub of the West.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not,
Mm.
whether it's through the export of pop culture, like for decades or whatever, for whatever reason, the U.S. is the cultural hub of the West.
Definitely.
And so yeah, what happens there trickles out,
Mm.
you know, everywhere. Even in the East, even in India,
Mm.
like like there's like crazy shit
Oh,
going
fuck
on
yeah.
with COVID and conspiracies
And
all that shit.
and with like Christians and Muslims and stuff.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
weird shit going on there.
Yeah,
It's like,
the
what
Muslims and Hindus and
yeah.
which had been going on for a long time, but now it's like more like amplified.
Because there was a part of India that used to be a different part or something. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Pakistan used to be a part of India.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our demilitarized zone is in Kashmir between
Yeah.
Pakistan and like India, and so that so like crazy shit going on.
Oh, it's
I haven't even like researched as much as I should about that shit.
Well,
but
it's
yeah.
like Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
Same
Dude,
thing.
I don't know what the fuck Israel is.
Oh yeah, it's weird, man.
What the fuck is Israel? Like,
Yeah, it's
like
strange.
because
Borders or
no. I mean, in terms of all
Yeah, the
the
borders are.
in terms of all the like in terms of like the shadow shit because they
I
they
thought
fucking sponsor
I thought it was
everything.
there's like a tiny fraction of Israel, not your average Jew. The
average Jew?
Zionists. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not. I think against Israelis. I'm talking about like there's a tiny fraction of like the 1% or whatever,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are like the Zionists, and they're not actual, your actual normal Israeli.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just like,
They're not even
and
actual.
they are the ones. that
They're not
are
even
the shadows.
actual average Jews. They're
No.
like,
No, exactly.
They're kind of
Zionists.
like the white supremacists in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
They're kind of like that.
Yeah.
And like they've got massive youth movements in Israel too
Yeah.
that are anti-Zionist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're not. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, crazy man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good fucking like first half.
Where do we take from here?
Covered a few topics, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see where we come back to on what topic, but yeah.
Aliens, man.
We'll see. Yeah, aliens. Cool. We'll see you soon.
Freak the funk out.